Welcome to the Spirit of Life channel. This message begin right now. The room of light and dark, part 2. The one that feels that it is doing it alone needs to get in the back seat so that you can experience the collective love descending into the cells of your body. It begins now, less than 12 hours. What will the choice be when you awaken tomorrow? What will you do differently with your life that gives credibility to this allegiance to joy? How will you accommodate it? We will be watching. Not with any judgment, but for the opportunity to ask, are you ready to truly enjoy your life? For there is no need to wait any longer. As soon as you make that choice for joy, we will celebrate and together feel the love that binds us. We are not the voices that condemn, judge or belittle. We are the quiet thoughts within you that ride on waves of passion. We are the ones that whisper, can we play now? It is your life. It is your life. Now we have 11 hours and 50 minutes to celebrate this allegiance. Or are we going to be kicking and screaming, cursing at Michael? Damn, I wish that Archangel would just get a life. Laughter. Somebody give him free will so he can choose no joy. Until you do, then I am the most joyful pain in the rear end you have ever experienced. Indeed. Until you do, then I am all about love. For I will not recognize you as something that I know you are not. You may convince these other humans that you are not magnificent, but I will not dishonor you. Because you asked me to maintain the integrity of our relationship while you discovered solution to your polarized relationship with life. There have been a few who have embodied that solution. There have been a few who tasted it, and humanity well, you know the story. You have come here in the millions. There are 2% of you now on planet Earth, and we know your mind says, well, when it is 50/50, maybe we will risk the chance. This is a piece of cake, beloveds. This is a piece of cake. It asks one thing of you. Now that we are down to the remaining 11 hours and 37 minutes, it asks to give allegiance simply to who you are. Then the future for humanity is set in stone. For when any of you discover the solution to your own polarized life, you become a conscious creator and set the course that humanity then must follow. Until of course the followers choose to be sovereign creators themselves. Then who would come to Earth? Those who would want to experience joy. Those who would want to resolve their resistance to joy. It is a planet for resolution. It is a planet that allows you the time and to see a tangible reflection of your own inner relationship. All the ways that you deny yourself this joy. It is a priceless thing that you are trading, negotiating. This joy is so priceless. It is a jewel that has no price tag on it. For there is nothing that it could be traded in for. Nobody would trade it in if they allowed themselves to taste it. Nobody would ever consider tarnishing this jewel. Once you allow yourself to love yourself this profoundly, you cannot imagine anyone more perfect than you being with you. So, it is time to take you on a journey. We are going to go very deep tonight. It is not intended to shake anybody up. It is intended to wake you up. Get out of the dream you are dreaming. There is another dream to dream, and it is solely based in joy. And those who are dreaming it also taste it, perceive it, experience it, and know that it is not tradable for anything. This joy is not about escaping the reality you face. To the contrary, it is about facing that reality with the very solution it yearns to discover for itself. What courage all of you have simply for being here at this time. So, we invite Sananda to be here with us tonight. We invite you to imagine that your life is contained within a home. This home embodies all the experiences your soul has collected since you left the kingdom. What you would call your living room, is the place where you have chosen to express yourself and have created your identity. You have the wisdom to design this living room in the shape of a circle, allowing for change in your life, the freedom to flow. And yet, your personal identity in this living room is greatly influenced by two adjacent rooms that face each other on opposite ends of your circular living room. One of these rooms you call the room of light. This is where we meet you as we do tonight. You joyfully invite us to enter this room of light with you. This room is beautiful. We enjoy your presence and your company very much in this room. In this room we see it has 4 walls, and on the ceiling there is an energy that says to us, freedom. As we walk into this room of light with you, it is here that you trust us. It is here that you are most comfortable letting us be with you. Here you have placed all the qualities that you remember the kingdom to be, home to be. We are most honored that you invite us into this room. For we too resonate to these qualities. We see that your 4 walls represent different aspects of that which you call light. We also see that these aspects change on a daily basis, so for tonight you are sharing 4 of those aspects. One of these is called compassion. It is a compassion that you share with yourself for having the courage to be on earth at this time. It is a compassion that understands that suffering and pain is but a byproduct of feeling disconnected from your own joy. Compassion, such a powerful energy in this room. This room of the light. We see another wall that you ask of us to admire. This wall you have called self-acceptance. To be so in love with your own reflection, accepting and embracing your divine consciousness. This is such a profound relationship that you have created in this room with yourself and this wall called self-acceptance. To know that you deserve and are worthy of all of the love that radiates throughout and within all of life. Accepting the perfection of who you are in this moment. You turn then to another wall, and you share with us the energy known as self-fulfillment. Oh, we like this wall very much. Experiencing your life as being fulfilled, you have learned not to compromise what makes your heart sing. You have learned to stop trying to conform to that which does not bring you joy. You have chosen to not negotiate your joy. Is it not grand? We enjoy very much in this room of light how it is that you allow self-fulfillment to be a part of your life. We turn now to the next wall, and you gladly introduce us to the energy that you call patience. Patience. Oh, we sit with you with this wall, and it is such a beautiful thing in this room of the light to embody such a patience. To allow life around you to be as it is and to change what you feel called to change. Perceiving life with a broader overview than what your mind observes allows patience to exist. And we thank you for allowing us to share with you how it is that you have embodied and learned so much from this quality of patience. This room of the light. This is where we play with you much of the time. This is where we come in through our partner, Bob. It is here, in this room of the light, that you feel safe being in the presence of your magnificence. For the light is the perfect reflection of all the qualities you remember the kingdom to be. And it is, for many of you, the basis for defining what is real, what is good, positive, and love-based. Your memory serves you well, beloved, for these are some of the very qualities that supported all of life in the reality we call the kingdom or home. You take us by the hand as we leave this room, and come back into the living room. And here you turn to us and you begin to scratch your head. For the living room is the byproduct of the qualities that are the influence from both of these rooms that are a part of your life. The room of the light and of course the room of the dark. But you tell us you spend a lot of time in this room of the light, and when you come back into your living room to experience life, you feel confused. For here you do not necessarily feel patient. You do not always accept yourself. You are not always fulfilled. You are not always compassionate with yourself. And so we ask you, beloved, we see there is another room on the opposite side of this living room. What is this room? And you say to us, oh, you do not want to go in there. And we ask you, is this not connected to your life? And you say, we do not want to go in there. And so we ask, may we go in there with you and hold your hand, and let's look inside and see what is in this room that is labeled the room of the dark? You are a little resistant about this. You are a little troubled that we would want to visit this room. And so we promise you that we will not let go of your hand. A little begrudgingly you accept this offer, and we can say to you, let's see the completeness of how your living room, your tangible reality is influenced by both rooms in your house, your personal story. Let's see the whole picture so that we can serve you better. You agree to come into this room of the dark. It is your room. It is a room that we have not created. And so we open the door with you. And indeed it is a bit gloomy. Indeed the energies feel very different from the energies in the room of the light. Indeed, the heart begins to feel a pain. And so it is that I extend my sword and radiate more light in this room so that we may discover together what is in this room, beloved. What is hiding in here? It has 4 walls just like the room of light. As we turn to one of the walls, you stand behind us, and I read it for you. The wall says anger. Anger. And I hold your hand and ask you to stand next to me. Let's feel this anger. What is this anger? For would not this anger have something to do with how it is that you are experiencing your personal life in the living room? And so we sit with you and feel this anger together and ask that as you are feeling this anger, can you also feel compassion? Can you also bring in from the room of light the qualities that you are so comfortable being with? Can you have compassion for having experienced the anger and carrying this anger with you? It is still a part of your life. We see it clearly right in front of us. Right with each of you. And so we ask of you, beloved, try embracing this anger with your compassion, and let us see what happens. You acknowledge the anger and bring it to your heart while feeling the compassion. Yes, now it is not quite so dark on that wall. It appears we are creating a new color. It appears we are creating a gray tone. The gray tone feels like it is neutralizing the impact of the anger. What a beautiful discovery! That by taking this compassion and embracing the anger, you neutralized the anger. This is interesting, beloved. We are excited. May you show us another wall. And so we continue to walk in front of you. You seem a little sheepish about this. And so we look then at this other wall and it says quite clearly on it, self-betrayal. Yes, we feel that with you. There is a pain in rejecting self, denying joy. Oh, thank you, beloved, for sharing with us something that we did not understand fully. You carry within you self-betrayal. Let us take another quality from the light and bring it into this room. Of course, what would blend so easily? Would it not be self-acceptance? And is not self-acceptance simply another word for self-love? And so again we watch you meld self-acceptance with this rejected energy, and again we witness it transforming and neutralizing the rejected energy and turning it into a great tone. Now you stand beside us. You seem to feel a little proud of yourself, and you should be. You have discovered something very tangible, very real. And you ask us, would you like to see the third wall? Indeed we would. And I shine my sword into the darkness of that third wall. Oh beloved, self-doubt. Self-doubt. Again we feel your pain in your heart. Self-doubt. What from the room of the light might you invite into the room of the dark that would serve this self-doubt? And we will let you choose privately here. And bring that quality and blend it with self-doubt, and again we are so honored to witness how it is that you have neutralized the self-doubt by embracing it with the qualities that you feel comfortable sharing from your room of the light. What a profound change! And now you seem quite excited to show us the fourth wall. The last one, and here again I shine my sword and we see the words resentment. Resentment. Oh yes, and again we can feel your pain. Resentment at God/Goddess for asking you to go on this journey when you were perfectly content and happy living in the kingdom. And so you bring then a quality from the room of the light to blend with resentment. And you embrace it to your heart, and again we witness it neutralizing and blending into a great tone. And there on the ceiling of this room I point my sword and ask you to read what it says. Feeling a little confused, you read the word freedom. And then you take our hand and come back into your living room. In here we then see the tangible reflection of your relationship with the room of the light and the room of the dark. And now you are looking at your life differently. You are seeing it with a new clarity. Now you understand, you see the relationship within yourself with eyes unclouded. You see where you have been spending most of your time. You see by your unwillingness to acknowledge the existence of the dark, you have created a dualistic experience within yourself. None of those feelings existed in the kingdom, and yet your perception of life outside the kingdom indeed now includes fear. You see by using the very qualities of life that bring you joy and sharing them with those aspects that are in a lack of joy, you heal the separation. A new journey then begins now for each of you in this room and reading these words. For it is the masters who understand that your soul nature has changed since you left home. The qualities of God/Goddess, Mother/Father while in the kingdom only embraced the light. For they do not know fear, for they are never experience life as being separate. They do not know the room of the dark, but they accept it is real for you. They know of your reaction to leaving home. Facing the void itself brought up many new feelings for all of creation. They continue to love you in the same fashion that you received that love when you were in the kingdom. But now to remind you that love doesn't come from them, but they now are within you as that love. Love and fear. How it is that you create cooperation and understanding between the dark and the light. The love and the fear. Why would it be that the freedom is in the room of the dark? What is waiting for you in that room? What would spending more time in that room do for your own personal freedom? Can you feel the joy in serving fear with love? For in that way, we have hinted that when we left the kingdom you were no longer a contained, grand consciousness. You shattered into billions of fragments of yourself. And all those different aspects experienced a reflection of its own self unique to itself. Which to your mind, it asks what kind of God would wish that on anyone. And yet, God/Goddess simply asked, how might we know a love that is not contained or controlled to be fulfilling? How would our consciousness expand, outside the safe parameters of the kingdom? So, it is to be this clear now. Can it also be your joy to become conscious of all your feelings and begin to take responsibility for how it is that you want to feel? This will challenge your allegiance to joy itself. Acknowledging your polarized, internal relationship will expand your experience that then allows for ecstatic, joyful states of consciousness to become your reality.